Jennifer from Soul Source Tarot, and I am here to do the daily vibes for around the 21st. 21st? We'll go with that. 21st, 22nd? 21st, 22nd of June. What do we have for a message today? I just did a weekly yesterday. If you're interested in that, for the week of June 23rd through the, what was it, 29th? Oh, maybe you need to relax. Maybe you need to take a break. You know, take a break, just relax, get out in the sun, ground yourself, get outside. Get outside. I feel like you need to take a break, that's for sure. What else do we have? Maybe go to the beach. Relax. Good news is coming. Relax. Good news is coming. So that's pretty good. Good news is coming. Maybe you need to relax. Maybe you can relax. This deck is very slippery. That's why I haven't used it very much. So we'll see what happens. It's kind of hard to see as well. I've had it for a minute, but I don't particularly. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Not my favorite. What do we have for a message today? For the 21st, 22nd, for whoever this is meant for. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. She's very driven, right? She's very determined, strong. These things look like they are angry, however, in this deck. These little pillars, they look like they're ready to attack or something. It doesn't look like they're happy for some reason. She doesn't look very happy either. And if you take a deeper look, she looks kind of, I don't know, unhappy, like she's staring at something. You know, she's really looking at something. It almost feels like condemning. Take a look at her, the look on her face. You know, she's got her eye on something, and I think you need to be careful because the yellow represents caution. Okay, I feel like this person is very confident at the same time, but there's a need to be careful. And you also may need to focus on your health. You just need to relax. You know, maybe you need to relax. Maybe you need to be careful. Maybe you need to, I want to say something about health. This has to do with enlightenment as well. Make sure that you're staying in a place, you know, of optimism. You know, and if you're angry or you're upset or something like that, try to be optimistic, try to be positive. It almost feels like this person is ready to attack, you know, it does. It feels like this person is sitting in their seat, you know, and it feels like they're ready to jump for some reason. There's something about sun here as well, so I feel like you need to get out in the sun. Maybe you need vitamin D. It feels like there's some sort of fight going on. Even these ones are battling. So I feel like we have somebody here that's getting ready to battle for some reason. It's almost sad. You don't bring peace to your life if you're fighting. You don't. There's no peace in fighting. Let's cut this deck. These cards are very slippery. Ooh, interesting. Knight of Swords reversed. The Knight of Swords in reversed is somebody that does attack. You know, this is a bully. This is somebody that is out of control, that is speeding, that is in a hurry, that is obnoxious. Leads others into danger. This is somebody that only cares about themselves. Struggles with taking appropriate action. This is somebody that is illogical, that doesn't maybe act with integrity, maybe doesn't tell the truth, doesn't accept the truth, doesn't know the truth, may think that they do, but I'm not sure that they do. This could be a sudden departure, a quick exit of some sort. I mean, the Knight of Swords in reverse is typically an individual that throws others under the bus. You know, this is somebody that is insincere, that is explosive, maybe even has some mental health issues. I can barely pick these up. They're so slippery. Oh my goodness gracious. 5 of Swords. So yes, this is definitely some sort of abuse of power, ego. I can't say ego these days. I just did, but I'm really having a hard time with that word. There could be something to do with words or communications as well with the Knight of Swords reverse. This could be judging somebody. We may have somebody here that's judging somebody. Anyhow, the Five of Swords, this is somebody that does like to fight, will do anything to win. They do not care who they hurt at all for any reason whatsoever. This is somebody that, I don't know if somebody's blaming somebody or trying to pick a fight. Somebody may be trying to pick a fight. This could be some sort of attack, under attack. The Five of Swords is a very hostile energy. This is somebody that is unwilling to negotiate. They're trying to intimidate or abuse a situation. There could be threats. We may have somebody here that is definitely acting without moral conscience. They're not acting with morals at all, not even a tiny bit. So there's definitely something to do with morals here. Good news is coming. I don't know. Maybe we have somebody here that's going down. Maybe we have walking away, admitting defeat. I mean, obviously these two people are walking away. They're like, you win. This guy's all happy because he won, but he's not gaining anything by his win. It's a lose-lose situation. So yeah, there could be a sudden exit. There could be a sudden departure. Absolutely. Because you can't win. You can't, there's not even, no matter what you do, you're not going to succeed. This person is cocky and arrogant and doesn't care. Really doesn't care as long as they appear to be the winner. I do feel like there's some sort of sudden departure here. I absolutely do. I can barely hold on to them. They're so slippery. And it's interesting they picked this and they're so slippery. This is somebody that's slippery. And you can see that by the Knight of Swords as well. These ones fell out. Four of Swords. Four of Swords. Four of Swords can be illness. It can be a near-death experience. There's definitely pain and suffering. There's some sort of blocked communication or no communication. There's some sort of lack of clarity here. We have somebody here that is definitely thinking they've had some sort of loss. Good news is coming. There's been some sort of stagnation or waiting period or illness. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles has to do with long-term stability. It has to do with security. It's taking action. This person looks very healthy. They're very focused. They've focused very much on their work. The time is ripe. There's some sort of reward here after a period of waiting, after a period of time out. This is being rewarded for one's own hard work because this is independent. This is somebody that is independently owned and operated, that is very focused on building prosperity for themselves. This is somebody that knows their value, that knows their worth, that is quite comfortable, you know, taking care of themselves, knows their capability, and takes independent action. So this is somebody that is very independent and thriving by the looks of things. So we have somebody here that is thriving. They're doing quite well for themselves. There's been some sort of time out or illness, or I don't know, maybe there's been a period of taking a break. But this Queen of Wands, she looks kind of bitter to me. She does. And then we have that Knight of Swords reverse. That Knight of Swords reverse is not a good person, okay? That's somebody that is negative, that is out of control, that is clueless and rude and obnoxious and throws others under the bus, doesn't accept any accountability. Strength. Strength is a card of courage, willpower, discipline. And the Queen of Wands is typically very disciplined as well. The Nine of Pentacles is disciplined as well. To have long-term stability, to have abundance, you have to be disciplined. You have to be patient. You have to earn trust. You have to believe in yourself. You have to replace your fear with faith, right? You have to have grace and tact, right? Somebody's been waiting for something. They're gaining some sort of strength. And they're going to be, it feels like we have a creation here to create something. I feel like we have somebody here that has been waiting for some sort of, I don't know if this is a reward or payoff or abundance or something like that. Taking independent action. So taking independent action. The timing has something to do with timing and acceptance and patience. It really does. I wonder if somebody's been feeling almost like dead inside. You know, they've been at a loss. They've been praying, maybe praying for energy or praying for strength or praying for courage or praying for abundance, praying for security, something like that. But this is hard work and this has to do with restraining oneself as well, because to have strength is about restraint. And this can also be doing some sort of inner work as well. So somebody may be doing some sort of inner work, going within, maybe to heal. Take a break. There's something to do with sun. Take care of yourself. Be patient. Walk away from abuse. There could be slander. There could be abuse. There could be malice. Back to that cut. The Knight of Swords reversed and the Five of Swords, absolutely. There could be slander, abuse, malicious activity, wanting to win, power struggles, blaming somebody, picking a fight. Absolutely, that could be coming. It could be right here. We may have somebody here that is walking away from some sort of battle. It's like, you know what? You win. You win. The person that wins isn't going to have anybody. Going to be on their own. They may be smug and cocky, but nobody's going to trust them. Nobody's going to like them. Everybody's going to see their character. Ace of Wands reversed. A lot of fire energy here. Also, we had a lot of air energy. So we had Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius as well. Anyhow, there's no spark, there's no drive, there's no desire. There's blocked blessings. There's self-sabotage. Maybe we may have somebody here that is not letting their blessings in. There could be something that is not coming to fruition. This could be something that is not growing, that is going down. This may have something to do with power and control. Sometimes the Strength card means enjoying the control, enjoying the power. So somebody may be enjoying the power that they have. And the Five of Swords and the Knight of Swords reverse would absolutely align with that. Good news is coming, something that you've been waiting for. That Ace of Wands reverse is a blockage of some sort. Or it's something that is not growing. It's not coming up. It's like the carrot seed that's under the ground, or the carrot, I don't know, carrots are, I don't know if they even have seeds, do they? I don't care, okay? It's like it's not coming up. It's not coming up. It's not growing. It's not working. It's not, what, was it dead? Or, I don't know. Ace of Wands reverse. Or it's like a seed that you plant that never sprouts. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is hard times. This could be consequences as well. Could also be ill health. There's help available. This is lack of vision, not seeing that there's help available. We have somebody here that is struggling. Back to the Five of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, definitely struggling. Struggling mentally. Wanting to prove themselves. Back to that cut, wanting to prove themselves. There's help available. Somebody's following somebody when they're letting somebody lead them in the wrong direction, and it is blocking their growth. It's blocking their abundance. It's blocking their creativity. There's some sort of creative block here. If somebody here that's praying for money or praying for abundance, they have to take independent action. They need to be brave. They need to be bold. But they need to take action. There's a need to take action. But this isn't malicious action. And there has been, back to that cut. That cut is malicious, revengeful, spiteful, hateful, have to prove myself, egotistical action. Good news is coming. You can relax. There's a need to relax. You need to restrain yourself. You need to be patient. There's definitely a waiting period. This is some sort of hard time, struggling financially, struggling maybe with consequences. We may have some sort of consequences here for, I don't know, not taking appropriate action or not nurturing something or following the wrong person, not accepting help. I don't know. Good news is coming. This news is something that you've had to wait for. There's been some sort of blockage here. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles has to do with teamwork, togetherness, collaboration, communication, working together to create something, using skills, showcasing skills, building something, building some sort of archway or centerpiece or project. This is creating something together as a team, following some sort of plans. This takes a lot of communication and teamwork. Somebody could also be getting some sort of appreciation as well for, doing a good job. Somebody's been struggling. They have been struggling. There's been some sort of blocked blessing, self-sabotage. Hangman reversed. Hangman reversed is focusing on the past. It's self-sacrifice, right? Sacrificing for another person. There's been some sort of hold, definitely. There has. This is hung up on the past, will not look at things from another perspective, won't even try. Somebody hasn't even been willing to try to look at things from a new perspective. Therefore, they are blocking their blessings. They could be experiencing some sort of hard times, hardship. There's a need to compromise, to work together, to collaborate, to create something. There's definitely some sort of skills here. Somebody's been waiting for something, waiting. Good news is coming. A waiting period is coming to an end after some sort of blockage or something like that, or some sort of denial. I feel like we have somebody here that has let somebody lead them in the wrong direction, but it feels like they're and they haven't seen. There's been a lack of vision, and there's been a lack of growth, and there's been a dead end, honestly. Good news is coming. This has to do with work. This has to do with, you're going to need to look at things from a new perspective. You could miss an opportunity that has potential for growth, potential to bring you abundance. But if you sleep on it or you wait on it, I don't know. I don't think you should wait on it. I think that there has been a wait. I do think there has been a wait. You need to relax. You need to take care of yourself. You need to be patient. Do not try to force anything. Chariot reverse. Chariot reverse. Definitely, so we have somebody here stuck in the past. Just hung up on the past. Won't move forward. Not going anywhere. Definitely struggling, must struggle through this, must let go, must move forward. There's a blockage here, not going anywhere. Emotions all over the place, not in control, lack of discipline. Somebody is struggling to move forward, struggling to take action, struggling to work together, struggling to communicate, struggling to go in a different direction, struggling not to follow the wrong one, struggling with a victim mentality. They have the skills. If they would just look at things from a new perspective. It's time to move forward, but definitely stuck in a mindset, stuck in a situation that has it's not gonna grow. It's blocking their success. It's blocking their victory. It definitely is. There's a need to find your inner strength. Focus on yourself. Take a break, focus on your health, focus on yourself, be patient. There's definitely bitterness here. I saw it in this card. And there's bitterness in the Five of Swords and the Knight of Swords reversed as well. There's been some sort of delay. There's been some sort of hardship, consequences. This does have to do with communication. Maybe there's been no communication. An inability to see, an inability to be open to life's blessings is hindering somebody from success. There's a need to take action for yourself. Maybe you need to take a break. Good news is coming. What is this? Good news is coming. Let's use one of these. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles about security, long-term security, believe it or not. This is somebody that is holding on to what they have. Very much scared of loss, afraid to lose. This has to do with a foundation, a solid foundation. This is no success with holding on. I don't know if it's resentment. Holding on to something. It could definitely be resentment. We go back to that card. We also have somebody here that is protecting themselves. They're so afraid. There's somebody who thinks about money. We may have somebody here that is very greedy, that is very selfish. There is definitely a hold. And I knew there was. This is some sort of hold. There's been some sort of hold. You know, we may have somebody here that is going to need to work together with other people. Work together, communicate, collaborate. There's been some sort of delayed movement, delayed blessings, delayed growth, even maybe blocked creativity, a creative block due to an unwillingness to cooperate or wanting to prove oneself. Good news is coming. Whatever this news is, I feel like it brings some sort of stability after some sort of hard times. Feels like a hold is being released, believe it or not. Good news is coming. This news it has something to do with stability. I feel like it brings stability. Really struggling to move forward. Really, really struggling. Somebody's really struggling to accept something. Oh my goodness gracious. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is some sort of battle, right? It's a fight. It's stiff competition. Facing opposition. Somebody's facing opposition, that's for sure. It's like they're getting called out or something like that. This has to do with greed. It has to do with money. It has to do with security, stability. Could be dealing with a Cancer. Could be dealing with a Pisces. Could be dealing with a Leo. Aries, Sagittarius. That's what we have mostly here right now on this table. We also have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius with the Knight of Swords reversed, but it could be anybody. Get prepared. We have somebody here. It feels like there's 3 people working together as well. They may be trying to take something, okay, that isn't theirs. You may have to defend yourself. You may have to protect yourself. There's no going back. It feels like there's no going back as well. There's a blockage here. There's no going back. You need to hold on to your value, hold on to your stability, hold on to your security. I feel like we have somebody here that is, I gotta say, picking a fight. Back to that cut. There is somebody here that is picking a fight. They're placing blame. They're out of control. They want to win. They could be making threats, you know. That Five of Swords is not a good energy. It's almost like it's like an intimidate, you know, somebody's trying to intimidate. There could also be fighting over money here or fighting over a position. Absolutely. There could be a fight at work as well. Somebody's about to be caught off guard. They're about to be caught off guard by something that has been unwilling to let go. Maybe they've been unwilling to let go. Good news is coming. And it's like there's no going back. There's a lack of discipline. There's a lack of willpower. Somebody's lost sight of their goals, their direction, unwilling to look at things from a new perspective, really struggling, missing an opportunity, will not change. There's gonna be, I don't know, a communication or a meeting or something like that that is going to, and this has to do with long-term security. It has to do with value. It has to do with the long-term security of a, I don't know, it could be a business, could be a group, it could be a partnership. Good news is coming. Good news is coming. This news is going to catch you off guard. It may have something to do with security or money or stability. There's been some sort of abandonment or neglect. There's also victim mentality here. Lack of vision. There's definitely a power struggle. We have somebody here that is really struggling. It feels like there's greed as well. Somebody could also be cast out or pushed out of a situation because we may have somebody here that's sick and tired of being used, if they're being used, or they're sick and tired of being led in the wrong direction, or they're sick and tired of the group, you know, that kind of thing. Good news is coming. Something you've been praying for. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on to what? Hold on to your value. Hold on. You may need to defend yourself. You may need to stand your ground. Okay? Just saying. There's something about self-protection here. You definitely need to protect yourself. But them feet in the sand is take a break. May have something to do with the beach. Good news is coming. Maybe there's a need to stop fighting. Stop fighting. I don't know. That's what I got. Good luck.